Hey, we just got cut off. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael. This is the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. This is a special Memorial Day edition of it. Then we air at 4:45 p.m. On YouTube, on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about confronting fears and failures and making the change to make one's particular goals manifest as a part of that confrontation of fear and failure. Really important, pragmatic show today, although a quick hitting one. Again, if you're new, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. You can also go to michaeldatcher.com. For those of you who are new, a brief bio. I'm the author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, also the acclaimed historical novel Americus, which just came out this week. Look for that in bookstores everywhere. Let's dive into today's topic. So, a little bit more about me before we move forward. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA and my PhD in English Lit is from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently a professor of English Lit at LMU here in Los Angeles. I'm the current president of the board at the World Stage Literary and Jazz Venue here in Los Angeles. Listen, I'm an expert at being productive. I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity given how crazy my own personal narrative is. I'm the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, then subsequently gave me up for adoption to a wonderful single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Kool Moe Dee famously said, listen, how you liking me now? And if I can be this productive through joy, so can many of us watching this show. In many ways, that inspires this show. We had a technical issue moments ago, so we had to re-begin this broadcast. But I was commenting on watching this YouTube channel called Cop Watch, where they post videos of encounters with the police. Very sobering. And I was flashing back, I was saying before we got cut off, about the interactions I've had with the police from childhood to today. And if you're black and male, you know what it's all about is them trying to, it's their insecurity. And they're trying to enforce their power. It's a power play, trying to use power over black men in particular and trying to intimidate and mask their own fears. It was so much on display a second ago. Wow, just really troubling videos. The police are paid by our tax dollars. They work for the people. We are the people. So I make that quick sidebar to say it's why it's so important to be able to be in abundance, both in our personal and professional lives, in part so we can have the resources to address these issues, both on a systemic societal level in terms of supporting the powers that be, frankly, but also being able to lawyer the hell up. Because if you're black, it doesn't matter what your social class is, when the police are on you, in many cases, to be honest, when you do have resources and it's an obvious thing, they really get irritated. So I'm just saying, for various reasons, you want to get resourced up. So I won't get too deeply into that, because today's show really is about the inverse of that, right? Being able to address the issues in our own lives that may have prevented us from being well-resourced up to this point. And what does that mean? I mean, we want to be able to deal with ourselves. Everyone's human. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone has fear. So in many ways, the key to abundance, to success, in my opinion, in my experience, also is fear management. Because everyone's gonna. If you're not feeling fear, you're not trying hard enough. You're not doing enough stuff. If you're not feeling afraid from time to time, right? Fear is normal. The key is how you address, handle, and deal with the fear. So we just have one quick point to make today around that issue as we have a shorter Memorial Day show. We do like to also mention that as a part of our show, we like to talk about the import of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. At times we'll wake up, as I did this morning, because I was up early watching these videos, which I don't recommend. Don't start your day or the earlier part of your day watching cop videos. It'll upset you. But we'll find that trouble will make us, will follow us into our sleep the night before. We'll pop up feeling troubled and go through our day feeling troubled. Right? And that could be a series of days or a week or a month. And then you got 6 months and your mental state is one that is full of stress. And as we know, stress can destroy the body and lead to hypertension, heart disease, all kind of other drama. So we really like to help people deal with that issue. How can we live this life with a more effective stress management? right? We do so in terms of a ritual. Ritual can be defined as really doing the same thing at around the same time. So let me give you my brief morning ritual. In the mornings I wake up, including on Labor Day, Memorial Day at 3:30 a.m. I read a couple of spiritual or business books. I do our show typically at 4:40, 5 a.m. At 5 I work on my current book until sunrise. At sunrise I go to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. I bring my drums, I meditate, pray, do yoga. It's a beautiful time. I come back, work on my current book for a while longer. Then I go back to the beach, run up the coast, all the way back to Santa Monica, all the way back, rather, past Santa Monica, all the way back here to Venice. I'm talking really fast right now because I'm rushing to get to the vegan barbecue. Then I go up to my gym Ghost to get my workout in and get my buff on. So, guys, by 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins, and that endorphin release gives me a sense of euphoria that I can then leverage to move myself towards my goals and objectives. We're not saying do what I do. We're saying do what you do, and we help individuals do just that. So I'm reading three great books as part of my morning reading. A book called The Nag Hammadi Reader, a book called Owning the Moment, and a book called Cash in the Flash. All those books have either a spiritual, mystical, and business vibe to them. From those books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. Today's morning chant, for example, is, as a meditating natural mystic, I confront my fears, and I have a few of those, and failures, and I got a whole bunch of those, then make the changes to manifest my greatest yet to be. Again, as a meditating natural mystic, I confront my fears and failures, then make the changes to manifest my greatest yet to be. And so it's about taking responsibility for our shortcomings. Even when other people have done us wrong, which I've had that happen to me quite a bit as well. I'm sure we all have. And we need to always address those people, call them out, name them, do what needs to be done, write them up, soothe them at times, frankly, but also acknowledge our role in it and not allow that experience to define us. We are still the warriors, the champions, the victors, right? Having that victor as opposed to a victim mentality is extremely important, even when you have been victimized. Because when I say don't have a victim mentality, I'm not saying that you have not been victimized, right? Because I've been victimized, for sure. There's no choice about it. But that's not how I see myself, right? Now, I'll get my get back. Pay back, as James Brown said. I'm kind of sort of joking because I don't focus too much on the past and revenge. However, I do like to let people know I see you and I'm going to come for you, right? So, but in a peaceful, spiritual way. So we want to be in a space of victor, not victim. So our point today is you want to, as part of that process, you want to be able to listen, identify, again, the folks who've done you wrong, let them know, identify, call them out, be sure that they know what's happening on their end, and also be able to self-examine and do what needs to be done to make your own personal changes. Allow your response to that victimization to be better, right? So that's it for today's show. Boom goes the dynamite. That's all for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. We'll see you this afternoon on our special Memorial Day broadcast. Thanks for being here. Look for the book Americas, a novel, again, set 13 miles from Ferguson. Wow. Watch some cop videos, not in the morning. Get inspired to go be excellent. Thanks for being here. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook. Till then, let's talk about it and be about it. Doses.